is your website. Now I know what you might be thinking. Do I really need a website with all of this social media? Or I signed up for Social Media House to get in control of my socials, not my website. Your website is not only your front door, it's your home base online. As we've seen with sites like Friendster and MySpace, socials will come and go, but you own your website in perpetuity as long as you pay those hosting bills. Everything that you do online should stem from it. Even if you think you don't have enough traffic, by the end of this 9-week course, we will be pushing traffic to your website and you will see its real value as your home base. Your website exists to do two principal things. It helps you engage with your customers and your fans, and it should make you money. The key to both of these things is collecting email addresses. Right now, we're going to diagnose your website. By doing this, you will be confronted with 3 choices. These will tell you whether or not it's time to start from scratch for those of you who don't have a website, completely rebuild what you already have. It might be antiquated or it's just not working for you effectively anymore. Or, I think most of you fit into this, you'll be tweaking and correcting your current site. Here's how we're going to diagnose your website. Your action sheet number 2 has a question section and you can print it out and walk yourself through. But I'm going to point out some of the main questions and answer some things that might be confusing. First of all, do you have a custom URL? That means when you go to www.yourband or your name or yournamemusic.com. Number 2, does your website load in less than 4 seconds? People have proven to have the attention span of gnats, so if your website takes a long time or is slow or has some sort of flash movie or player that's taking its time to load, you definitely want to reconsider that. Third, is your website in your control? Can you update your events, your news, and your homepage easily? If not, this is something that definitely needs to be fixed. 4. Is your branding consistent throughout your site? That means when you click from the home page to another page on the site, are all of the colors and logos and images consistent? Studies show that people, if they see different colors and logos, don't connect the dots easily in their brains and they could click away from your site. So make sure that your brand is consistent throughout. Number 5. When you land on the home page, is it clear who you are, what your pitch is, and what your mission is? And when I say mission, what you should be trying to do is collect email addresses to build your mailing list. Number 6. Is the navigation clear, or does it use artsy or strange or confusing or clever words? What seems clever to you might be seriously confusing fans. Make sure that the navigation bar is clear and has things that people can understand, like home, bio, buy, etc. 7. Do you have one call to action or are there multiple call to actions confusing your visitors? When you look at your website, remember that people keep themselves in mind constantly. And in their brain, when they land on your site, they're asking, what's in it for me? What is in it for them? Do they get free MP3s? Do they laugh? Is there a video? What is it that you're trying to drive them to with your call to action? Number 8, is there a newsletter sign up with a good juicy offer and not just one MP3 or not just a plain box that says sign up for our newsletter? Have you made it clear that you will not spam people or sell their email addresses for giving up their precious contact info? If not, you might want to add that. Number 9, are there links to your socials? Have you considered a social media feed to keep it fresh? And lastly, is there an effective bio and press kit available for media who are interested in covering you? Refer to Action Sheet 2.1 and I will walk you through exactly how to post a perfect press kit onto your website. Part 2. Building or rebuilding an effective website. The first thing you want to make sure you have is a custom URL, as mentioned earlier. Your website should end in .com and should be yourname.com, yournamemusic.com, yourbandmusic.com, etc. Your website should not be a social media page. If you need to register some names, use a trusted registrar like GoDaddy.com. Next, you have options. You don't have to hire a web designer right off the bat. Of course, you could certainly do that. But there are many wonderful pay-as-you-go sites which take no money to build and are effective, and you pay as you go. Bandzoogle, Bombplates, Hostbaby, and Nimbit are 4 examples of companies that make fabulous build-as-you-go websites. If you do decide to work with a web designer, I highly recommend that you do not pay more than $500 for a basic 5-page WordPress site. To get a great designer, you can post on Crowdspring, Elance, or 99designs.com. Also, avoid artsy or flash-based designs. These are truly relics of the past. Flash is slow, your site again must load in less than 4 seconds, and enter pages are totally outdated, so get rid of those if you have them. Step 3. You want to make sure to add your pitch. Use the pitch you created last week. It should appear on the top 1/3 of the site. If you feel uncomfortable making a pitch for yourself, a quote from a publication, or even a fan testimonial is A-OK. Step 4. Add your juicy offer or your bribe. Remember to answer the question, what's in it for me? Word it well. Test a few different bribes. See how people respond. In order to deliver the bribe, you can use Topspin, FanBridge, ReverbNation, or Bandcamp. You can also build your own custom widget. I don't recommend this with so many fabulous options that are very inexpensive and quick to put on your site. Step 5. Streamline. Your website and all your socials should have the same color scheme throughout. Your socials should all be named the same, or as close to the same as your website. In other words, cyberprmusic.com should also be facebook.com/cyberprmusic to keep it consistent. I've included a couple fabulous examples of websites, and I highly recommend you look at them if you're reconsidering. AdamTaylorMusic.com is a Bandzoogle website. It's clean, it's beautiful, and it's easy to navigate. JaneTheWeed.com does not actually use a hosting site. She built her own. It is wonderful, easy to navigate, and very, very clearly gives you a great sense of who she is. I highly recommend you look at both of these websites. Your homepage. Remember, your homepage should link to your social media. Include a Facebook like widget. Include a Twitter stream. Include a blog or a news feed. And if you like photos and you use them often, use a Flickr, Pinterest, or Instagram stream. Your navbar is crucial and should appear across the top or on the left-hand top part of your website. On it you should have your bio, a link to your press kit, a buy button, your shows or performances or appearances, a link to your blog or news, and a link to your contact info. It's very frustrating for people who are trying to contact you if they want you to come play or if they have something they'd like you to participate in and they can't actually get to you. Make sure you add it. It's crucial. Lastly, you must keep your website updated. A website should be like a first date. You want to keep people coming back for more. You must never let your news, events, and blog go stale. This means you've got to update your website at least twice a month. If creating all this content stresses you out, add a Twitter feed or a group feed across the front page of your site. Come visit cyberprmusic.com to see an example of how we do it. When you're done, and if you're not sure you nailed it, please post your URL and any questions or comments or concerns or anything you'd like us to weigh in on the website. Remember, my entire team is here on the forum to help you. We can't wait to see your new websites.